one thing if you see this overweight, fat Alex Jones, alcohol fueled Alex Jones screaming about some conspiracy theory that might be true, might not. There's a lot of evidence towards it being true. But you kind of go about, okay, the government is probably full of responsible people. The world, it's functioning. So this must be, there's probably some truth to it. But realizing that all of it might be true, all these conspiracy theories that we've been seeing online, thinking that what is this guy screaming about? What are these people? Okay, why fake the moon landing? Why do this for 9/11? Why do that for JFK's assassination? Why make it public? The theories behind everything. I watched a video on Predictive History's channel. It was titled something along the lines of Theory of Everything, and the next video was something to do with evil. And it was he was going into it about conspiracy theories, certain conspiracy theories. JFK getting shot, 9/11, the ways the building fell. Look, I'm not going to go into the details of everything. Go watch the video. I might link it if I remember. If not, look up Predictive History and watch the newest 2 videos. Be careful if you watch them, because if you don't have a stable mind, it might shatter. And I have been left here scrambling for the pieces and trying to glue them back together the past few days. Realizing that a lot of the things that I have seen Alex Jones's alcoholic mouth scream into my phone, 4 a.m., high school, coming off of an acid come down, and you're listening to this. And a lot of it's making sense because you're in this dimension, this different dimension that Joe Rogan inhabits. Alex Jones is there too. Eddie Bravo is there. And everything just makes sense. Frogs are gay, this, that. But then you finish the video or you go about your next thing and you're like, you don't think about it. It's just a form of entertainment. And that's what it's been most of my life. These conspiracy theories, realizing what's behind the curtain. It's all been entertainment. But after hearing the same information that seemed to be entertainment, or it could be true, Kennedy's thing could be a conspiracy, or the way the buildings fell, there was something wrong with that. I never really looked too deep into it because I felt like if I looked too deep into it, I'm going to fall into a rabbit hole of truth and a feeling of powerlessness. In a way, there's ways you can reframe it, and I have reframed my mind. But, so I'm not new to these ideas and conspiracy theories that a lot of people, might not even believe, and then they get evidence that against it or towards it, and then their minds shatter. So watching the newest videos on Predictive History, it really made me feel like everything is a scam in a way. It's not to say that if everyone's doing evil, you should do evil too. No, I think that, like he says, if you are the light, if the God's light is in you, you can shine it and it'll reflect other people, or like mirrors, and you can shine that internal God light. What does he say? The monad is vibrating through us. The moon is vibrating through us. I got to look more into about what the hell a monad is. It seems interesting. The vibrations seem to make sense. Strings vibrating. That's a whole other video, quantum mechanics. It's all interesting. But in this video, what really broke my frontal cortex and amygdala connection literally broke after watching these Predictive History videos was realizing how true all these conspiracies are. And what the hell is going on in this world? One thing it did make me think, one thing that it made me think that is beneficial and will benefit me, and I hope it benefits you, is the realization that you create your own meaning. That you should, if you feel sad because someone made you feel sad, or, someone said this to you, or you're going through a tough time, or this and that, if you look and learn deeply what's being said in those videos, the truth, you'll learn that none of this means anything. And the meaning you create in your life is all dependent on what you want it to be. And that might make someone turn nihilistic or whatever the word is for a bit. But once you find the meaning, you create the meaning, and all this other nonsense just goes away. And then once you have enough people with in the group together with the same way of thinking, the society over time will change. So I believe we have the power. If a few people can get into power, create these secret groups with each other and do these evil things and be successful or have control and power and use humans as a fuel source of this matrix, if evil people, evil whatever, good and bad are subjective based on what your survival and what your based on your survivability and what you consider your survival. But that means that good can also do the same thing. And not to give up hope. Thank you, and continue letting me know how you feel about these videos. I got a lot of good comments. People just sharing what they feel about the empathy video in 2025. And I appreciate all the comments. I will make more videos regarding that topic coming up. I got to take my real estate exam this week, in a couple of days. Once I do that, I'm gonna be posting daily, going making shorts. If you have any questions, send me an email, leave a comment. Join the email list if you want to join the free community. We go deeper, more one-on-one. Thank you. Love you.